Okay, so I have all my materials gathered for my experiment. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make observation of my materials before the reaction happens. So here's my effervescent tablet. I observed that it is solid white, so I wrote it here, solid and white. The water is clear and flat. So once you make your observations, you're then going to take a measuring cup and you're going to put it on the scale. It's going to measure the weight of the scale, the mass of the scale. You're going to hit tare because we don't need to know the mass of the cup. We need to know the mass of the tablet. So I'm going to measure out 1 gram of the tablet. And we're looking to get as close as possible. If we're not right on 1 gram, that is okay. And it looks like I hit it. So I'm going to write down that I did get 1.0 grams. I'm going to write it on this table. Okay, now I'm going to measure out 30 milliliters of water. I'm going to take my bottle. I'm going to use the funnel so I don't make a mess. I'm going to pour my 30 milliliters of water into my bottle. I need to know the mass of this entire system. So I'm going to go ahead and tare my scale. Tare will take it to 0. And place my bottle on. Okay, I'm getting a reading of 62.1. So right here I'm going to write 62.1. Okay, now I'm ready for the reaction to happen. So I have to be quick on this part. I'm going to put my tablet in and then close the lid as quick as possible. So in goes my tablet, closing my lid. Now I'm going to let my reaction happen. Okay, I can actually hear bubbles forming inside of it. And I can see that that's happening as well. So the bubbles means a gas is being created, which means a chemical reaction is happening. So on your observation table, you want to say what's happening. It's getting foamy. I can hear gas bubbles inside. Okay, I'm going to let my reaction happen. Once the reaction is done, the water is not going to have bubbles in it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and make an observation when it's done. So no more bubbles. And the water's not clear anymore. Okay. Now the final step of the process here is we need to go ahead and figure out, did the weight of this, did the mass of it change? So turn my scale back on. Make sure it is at 0. And I'm going to put my bottle on there. And I got a final mass of 63.1. So I'm going to write 63.1. Before I do all my calculations, I need to go ahead and add these together. So that would be 63.1. So I started with a mass of 63.1. I ended with a mass of 63.1. So my change in mass is 0. Okay, you're going to repeat this process for 5 total tests. And you're going to have to do the addition and subtraction for each test and make your observations for each test.